Hello everyone, this is Gitika Chawla from USPC Jain Public School, and today we'll start question number 5 of exercise 12.1 chapter 12 algebraic expressions of class 7th. So here the question number 5 is, classify into monomials, binomials and trinomials. As we have done in our introduction that what are the monomials, binomials and trinomials, and today we'll classify all the expressions that which one term is monomial, which is binomial, which is trinomial here. Just remember one thing, the term who is having only single term, that is known as monomial, who is having two terms, that is known as binomial, and who is having three terms, that is known as trinomial. So we will classify them. So let's start it now. In first part I am having 4y minus 7z. You can see here only two expressions are there, so that means it is known as binomial. See here y square, it is a single term, alone term, so it is monomial. And in third expression we are having three terms here, so it is known as trinomial. Same here, single term, it is known as monomial. Then three terms are there, it is known as trinomial. Then we are having next part 5 minus 3t, that is representing binomial. Same here, you can see here that these expression, there are two expressions in this. In this expression we are having two terms, so it is known as binomial. And here in this expression we are having a single term, so it is known as monomial. Same here, in next part I am having three terms there in this expression, so it is known as trinomial. So in the same way we will find out which one is binomial, which one is trinomial, which one is monomial. And just remember one thing, that when you are going to represent that which one type of polynomial it is, just remember one thing, that these terms should be unlike terms. Fine, they must be unlike term, only that term you can represent that. Now in next question number 6, state whether a given pair of terms of like or unlike terms. Means now in these expressions we will check that these given terms in parts they are like or unlike. As we have read that already, in like terms the variable must be same and they are having same power, and we will not bother about their coefficients. So let's start it now. In first part we are having 1 and 100. Both are constant. They are not having any variable, so they are like. Fine. In the second part I am having minus 7x minus and 5 by 2. Not 5 by... you can see here that in second part, as I am having minus 7x and 5 by 2, and both are having x with 8. So what we'll do here? We will see here both having single x is there. There is not any other variable. So it will be like. We will not bother about minus 7 and 5 by 2. Maybe they are coefficients, but they can be separate. Same here, minus 29x and minus 29y. You can see here both coefficients are same, but the variables are different, so they are unlike. Fine. With the same way, see here in fourth part I am having 14xy and 42yx. See here, they can interchange their positions. They can interchange their places. We can write also xy as yx. They are same. So they are like terms. And see in this one part 4m square p and 4m p square. You can see here m is having power 2, but here in this side we are having p is having power 2. So both are unlike. And this in this part we can see here xz and here xy here. Maybe they are having power 2. They are not having, but the variables are different now. So it is known as unlike term. Fine. In this way we can represent which pair is like and which one is unlike. Now let's move to the next question number 7. Identify like terms in the following expressions. See here, now we having collectively few terms and we will identify them, which one term is like and which one is unlike. We will check there. Means we will collect all the like terms. See, so see here first I am having minus xy square minus 4yx square 8x square 2xy square 7y minus 11x square minus 100x minus 11yx 20x square y minus 6x square, then y 2xy and 3x. So here I will pick one term and I will try to find out its like term. For example, see here I am going to take minus xy square and I will check where I am having the same variable term. So let's start it now and I will put here tick with it. I am going to take minus xy square and check who is having. You can see it is having x square and it is having y square, xy square. So these two terms are same. So I have written here. Fine. Then I will check I am having any other term. except them. See here, there is no term. It is having x square y, but there is no any other term who is having x y square. So these terms will be written here. This one term and this one term will be written here. Fine. Then we'll put here semicolon. So we'll make it separately. Now I'll move to next. I'm going to take minus 4yx square. I have seen that this one term is representing x square y and yx square. Both are the same variable. So take this and write here. Fine. It means I have selected all these 4 terms, so I will not count them again. So next I will move to the next 8x square I have taken. So take 8x square, it is here, means I will choose that term who is having x square as variable. See here, minus 11x square is there, so write here. Then I am having minus 6x square also write here. Fine. In this way I will collect all the terms who is having x square as variable. Then we will move to the next term. See here, this one is selected, this is also selected, this is selected, this is selected, this is selected. Write 7y. So I have written here 7y. Then check any other term who is having y alone. See, this is yx. I will not take this one. I will take this one term. Mean these terms are like terms. So write them separately. Now this minus 100 is left. Write minus 100x. Then this term is also containing x. So make them together. And after that, this minus 11yx is left and this one 2xy is left. So write them. So in this way we will collect all the like terms, and with the same process, with the same procedure, you can simplify its B part yourself.